Okay. Man, you've been up for a while. Well, okay, I wouldn't say a while. I mean, my sleep schedule's just messed up. I think I'll play casual for something. I assumed pre-orders were going to be up at 11 since that's when they made the announcement yesterday. It was like 11 a.m. So like for me 24 hours later was going to be a safe bet. Yeah, it's weird. The only thing they said in regards to the site being done was like half an hour after pre-orders went up, and they're like, oh well shit, we're having a little trouble, man. Yeah, it's just weird. Not a single word, but it's Nintendo, so it's sort of common for them to just not communicate.
All this bloodshed, will it never come to an end?
I just wish they had a system like they already know who plays Xenoblade. They can see the play times. They can see people generally play these games. Why not like reserve a copy of the special edition for them and see if they accept it or not? I'm not saying like pay for the entire thing. Obviously, I'm just saying like, you know, reserve one for me since I play a lot of Xenoblade. And if I just say no, well, fine. That opens up one copy for someone else. I also don't like how there's a limit of 2, but I guess if you have a friend who's like, well, I'm working that day, I can't really be there, then yeah, that's understandable, I guess.
I know you're napping around here somewhere. On your feet and back to work already, yeah?
Yeah.
Finally. Come on, sunshine. Up and at 'em.
Oh no, they're both hot. I think I'll play as the guy. I don't know.
Hey, get up already.
Okay.
I'm sorry. What's going on? What's going on? Did your head spring a leak while you were napping? Better see if you can even remember your name.
So aside from that whole thing, how you doing?
Well,
Doing good?
looks like there's hope for you yet.
Apologies, friend. I'm all right. Is the battle at hand?
Of course it is. Why else would I be standing here? You heard who we're up against, yeah? Gerald's mercenaries.
If you were able to get
especially if the
the special edition in your cart before this whole thing went to shit, you should probably go to the. You should probably go straight to the checkout URL.
It was.
I think it's
right on the tip of my tongue.
cart slash, you know, your country and language slash checkout. Ooh. Well, that's my name. Yep. That's I didn't know it would. What do they call the character? Blythe? Byleth. How the hell do you spell Byleth? I think that's it, right? Where is Smash Brothers? Oh boy, by title. I'm close. Oh, here it is. What's up, Ghost? Byleth. Alright, I spelt it right. Nope, that is not. I put in something else.
Yeah, that's it.
Demon or no demon, our job is to fight and win.
You sound just like the captain. I know they paid up front, but come on.
Well, at least one of you has some courage. You've certainly come a long way since I plucked you from that mountain village. But this battle is about more than just victory. Gerald's team has a sterling reputation. Rumor has it they've never blundered even a single job. But once we put them to rout, we'll finally be the greatest mercenaries in all of Leicester.
Enemy activity detected, Captain.
Looks like we'll be fighting by moonlight. Mind you don't kill each other in the dark.
Were you playing Fortnite with
Wasn't
him?
expecting a fight so soon, but I guess there's nothing for it. You ready?
When this is over, we'll all greet the new dawn together.
You sure are a cocky little thing. But yeah, alright.
I'm down to play
I'll be
Fortnite one day. Maybe we could co-stream, me and him. Fuck shit up.
All right,
You
let's
two.
get down to business.
Beyond
We're up against
let's all
Gerald's
be in a team.
mercenaries.
I don't know how Fortnite is right now. Last time I played Fortnite was when Thanos was first introduced. So I think it's been a while.
Move out.
Drive them straight into their graves!
Oh boy, this camera is slidey as hell. Oh man, man, yeah, Knockout City. I played a bit. Shit, isn't that dead? It's been ages since I've heard anybody talk about Knockout City. Wow. Knockout City's pretty fun. Is it still fun?
Time to see what you're made of. They're not putting up much of a fight. Are these guys new recruits or something? Guess this means I can mess with them a little.
His moves are a little slow for this type of game. Wait, what? Hold X, sweeping charge, move while charging, press and holds. Fucking alright. Oh, okay, it's fucking Link's spinny slash. Okay, that's cool.
Guess that's that.
That's a good idea, making the enemies like run away in fear instead of just standing there and dying to you.
Group over there.
Lock on, right. Yeah. Yeah, that's good advice actually. Like he shouldn't be doubting himself because then it would feel like it's a job. Just have fun with it. People will come. And it's also like a waiting game too. Like, it's gonna be a while until people actually come and stream. If you want easy views, then stream the most popular thing too. And if you have fun with the most popular thing, well, that's even better. What's helping in my stream is that I'm playing Nintendo games, and Nintendo's always going to be popular. Mercenary Captain. Warzone.
Can't wait to wrap this up so we can all drown ourselves.
Yeah, there's also a problem. You have to make yourself unique if you're playing a popular game. Like that guy who every time he got a kill, or he played fucking fireworks in the back of his room or whatever. Stay dead. Grounder, Wrath Strike. It would be cool if I can remove the fucking side items. How can I? Okay. Okay, fuck it. I haven't seen it yet. I'm surprised they're actually putting it on Steam. Man, this is slow. What the fuck? This is not Warriors. GC? GameCube? Oh. Yeah, I don't have Snapchat. If you're planning on asking me.
Capture complete.
The captain ran off ahead of us. Is she gonna be okay?
Keep your eyes open. We still don't know if the Ashen Demon is here.
Master your fear and advance.
Nice. I'll watch the trailer after I finish the demo.
Push the enemy back.
About time a foe with some teeth showed up. But they still don't stand a chance against Burling's mercenaries.
Oh shit.
Isn't this a sight? You must be the infamous Ashen Demon. I can't wait to tear you apart.
This'll be the end of the Ashen Demon. No one can beat the captain.
What? Captain?
This is all in the Snap group chat, right?
There's so many of them. Only one thing to do about that.
Warriors Special, yep. Played a Warriors game before. Did I get the other one? Oh yeah, I did. Cool.
No. Just when my dream was finally in sight. You monster.
The captain's dead.
Yeah, that's fine, man.
Now?
Mention me if you want. What the? Mommy?
Stand down or die.
Oh no.
We're gonna stand, we're gonna fight, and we're gonna avenge the captain.
No. Okay, she's too far. Well, I'm half dead.
Why am I
There's
so
no-
scared? It's just one merc.
Run! Run while you can!
Well, that's too bad.
No! This can't be happening.
I recommend not dying. That's how you not die, you know?
I have to keep fighting.
Perish with you. Huh? The cycle of this world. I will not allow it to perish with you.
Oh, he's going Super Saiyan.
Where did you get that power?
Witness my true power!
No idea.
Oh, fuck.
But it's just what I need to bring you down. We're here to help.
Nice of you guys to join. Man, I wish that Q would hurry up. I think they're dead. I think those guys are dead.
Interesting. You're fighting like an entirely different person.
Alright.
That's enough. We did what we came to do. Everyone, fall back.
I don't know if I
Sorry,
died
but
or...
this fight is over.
Hey, wait.
Why? We've achieved our goal. Your job was to stop us, and you failed. Another time, perhaps.
Hey, we're not done here. Wait, why am I so tired? Huh? Where am I?
Oh, good. You're awake. Not sure I would have been able to sleep at night with your blood on my hands.
What the...
Yeah.
Alien.
Who are you?
Ha! Now that is a tricky question. For the moment, why don't you call me Arval?
Arvel.
Arval, huh?
Marvel!
But for now, let me speak plain. You are slated to die.
Oh shit.
Right now, I'm the only thing holding your meager life together. And to be blunt, it's beginning to tire me.
Thank you?
Oh my. That's the first time anyone has ever shown me gratitude. And I must say, I like it very much.
Hear me well. You are a crucial piece of this world's cyclical... No, this will never do. You're far too groggy to absorb what I'm saying. For now, I needn't tell you how you'll get back on your feet. I need only convince you that you will.
I don't understand. I'm already up and about.
Ah, perhaps here you are, but not in reality where it counts. Your cluelessness is actually quite charming.
Can you just get to the fucking point? Come on.
Still, the important thing is what you do after you wake.
What should I do?
And what should that be?
Recall, please, how the Ashen Demon bested you. Came within an inch of snuffing out your life.
I was distracted.
If you attempt the fight again the same way, you will reach the same conclusion. This would force me to step in once more, which would be most annoying and also rather counterproductive, if I'm honest.
Then I'll get stronger. The man I am now will seem like a little kid in comparison. And one day, I will surpass the Ashen Demon. I swear it.
Indeed.
My captain and comrades are dead. The company is finished. So, there's only one thing I can do. Start over.
Huh. I thought you to be more sentimental. Did they not take you in? Care for you?
Gold's the only thing that ever held us together, and death is something we're all too used to. I never knew my real parents, and I lost the mother who raised me. Partings just come easy to me, I guess. The best way to honor my fallen comrades is by training hard and growing even stronger.
And having Nintendo fix their website. I'm still in the fucking queue. I've been in it for 3 hours.
Oh, but I like your spirit. Though I expected no less from my partner in destiny.
I'm sorry, what?
This feels like SMT.
Yes, I suppose that was a bit sudden. I should remember, take intimacy in smaller steps. The point is that I'm here to guide you, and I promise to help you find the strength to see your dreams realized.
Prologue. A chance encounter.
Did they always say titles?
The continent of Fodlan, said to be protected by a goddess, has existed for uncountable ages. Now, 3 ruling powers control the land. To the south is a region held for more than 1,000 years by the Adrestian Empire. To the north is the Holy Kingdom of Fargus, ruled by the royal family and its knights. And to the east, a league of nobles that bends no knee, rules the Leicester Alliance. Though once consumed in war, these 3 powers now exist in relative harmony.
Relative.
Nestled between them is Garreg Mach Monastery, seat of the Church of Saros, the land's widely practiced faith, and a power that helps to maintain peace across the continent.
Basically Vatican.
Not far from the monastery, at the northern edge of the empire, is a small village called Ramire, and west of this place stretches a forest where a lone mercenary awaits.
I should probably turn off.
Wake up!
Yeah, I just saw it popped up on stream.
How many times must we do this? Get up already!
Huh? That's weird. I could have sworn I heard someone.
I'm gonna have to check it out later since I'm still in the queue.
Hello? Yes, I was calling you. Many times, I might add.
Come on, I told you not to sneak up on me like that.
As if I have a choice. Do you know
down
how
there is
many
my phone,
times you
by the
would
way.
have died by now if not for me? I'll tell you. 22. The 3 times you leapt off a cliff to quote-unquote get tougher saved you. Those 5 mad attempts to dispatch a horde of monsters by yourself saved you. And tonight, despite my repeated warnings, you took the wrong path and ended up having to sleep on a bed of leaves in the middle of the woods.
Hey, you could at least let me pick my own directions. Though I admit, I might have taken a wrong turn.
Finally, some humility. That's almost reassuring. I was starting to think you were incapable of self-reflection. At any rate, we all make a few mistakes along the way. And by we, I mean you. And by a few, I mean far, far more than average. Now then, with that out of
Holy
the
shit,
way,
I wish this
would
queue
you
was
like to
done
know
and over
why I
with.
roused you from your mud-caked slumber? Actually, it's probably easier to show rather than tell at this point. Look over there, if you would.
Stop plowing ahead, Claude. You're going to get us lost.
Lost schmost. We've got it on Imperial authority that this is the way to the village.
True, I said there was a village, but how could anyone know where it is in the thick of these mountains?
Well, there's a building right
Can't even
behind
say
you.
we're certain where we are in all this gloom.
Okay, new plan. I'll rely on my keen senses to navigate. Lucky for you, they're sharp as an arrow.
Hold, both of you. Someone's here. Another bandit, perhaps?
They're mistaking you for some common backwater thief. What cheek.
They're right.
Hold on there. I'm no bandit. I'm a mercenary.
Well, that makes everything better.
A bandit would be far less out of place in these woods than a sellsword. What brings you here?
We've no time for an interrogation. Our pursuers are closing in.
I don't know who you people are or what you want, but I think introductions can wait. You clearly need every blade you can find, and my pockets have been feeling awfully light lately. What do you say?
Strong against axes. Cool. Alright.
Well, since you're here, do you mind stepping in and helping us chase off these scary bandits?
Don't worry about payment. You'll receive plenty of gold. If we survive, that is.
Flugel. What the fuck is a flugel? Flugel... Flugel... Whatever. Okay, just...
I can still fight. Out of the way. There they are. Kill them all.
Oh, this guy was in the main game, actually.
Fighting for them now, are ya? And die with your new friends! Got you!
Bandage icons, yeah. Okay, the blue. That means we're good, right? Blue means good, red means bad, huh? Is it? Does it mean that? Okay, yeah. How do I switch? Alright, like that.
Let me show you a trick for dealing with heavily defended enemies. And that's how it's done.
New material! This is actually running pretty well compared to Age of Calamity. That one ran like shit.
Take a breather.
Watch this.
My turn.
No
I'll
advantage.
take over.
I suppose
Disadvantage.
I've awaited this moment.
Alright. Yeah, I figured it out.
I won't allow anyone to stop me.
You're making me feel bad for the enemy.
Apologies, but it was you or me.
Just who are these people anyway? All three of them have crests.
What's wrong with you? They're just a bunch of brats. Stop embarrassing yourself and stand your ground already.
They didn't drop anything, what the hell?
Is it Claw time? I think it's Claw time.
I'll take over.
No problem. I got it. I'm a master of strategy, but I'm not really used to being on the front lines.
Claude, you're hurt. Do something about those wounds.
How's he almost dead? He's at half health already.
Hey, got lucky there. Well, lucky for me, I guess. Not so much for you.
Bandits have a firm hold on the central road. It would be wise to move through the forest and take down the strongholds as we go.
Try and keep an eye on who we're fighting, and make sure we've got the right person leading the charge at the right time.
Alright, making them do shit. Yep. Auto battle.
We
Alright,
will
you
proceed as planned.
take
We
that.
must strive to perform to the best of our ability.
Okay, no,
Let's
you
try
will
this.
take
Let's see how
that.
this goes.
Here I go.
You
No mistakes.
go
They
there.
must learn who they're up against.
And then we will do nothing.
All right, take it down. We managed to contain things here.
What shoddy defenses. We'll be done before we know it if they're all like this.
Did I?
Watch this.
I shall take the lead.
Position secured.
Okay, shit, they already caught everything. Advantage? No. Advantage? No, we can't even get there, actually. Never mind.
Unravel their defenses.
Enough of this strategy nonsense! Get out there and tear them all to pieces!
Uh-oh.
Okay, how many thugs does this guy have working for him anyway?
Why did he go all the way back? Good for her.
Repent, foul bandits! The Knights of Seros are here, and we'll cut you down for terrorizing our students.
This battle is practically won if the knights have arrived.
The Knights of Seros? Not now! If I don't kill at least one of them, brats, I'm finished!
Watch out! They're gonna make a last-ditch effort to rush our position.
Nice. He just ran into the attack for some reason. Alright, can I just...
I've got this.
There we go.
Form ranks and capture those bandits. Quickly now.
I'll take over.
This is where you die, dogs! Take this!
Awakening. Sure.
I feel power surging through me. The time has come to use it.
What the hell is this pot? Wow.
Do you feel that power? Maybe you can channel it like you did in the other battle.
You're done! I ain't done yet! You're gonna learn how dumb a bandit can really be!
We
What was that?
allow ourselves to perish here. I'm
You
afraid we
sort of
must
died
no
in your
mercy for you.
speech.
Never should have taken this job!
Is it over?
Ooh. Didn't even level
I
up.
won't let myself stop here.
Okay, you leveled up. Never mind.
Gotta keep aiming higher.
Leveling up combat. I'm a millionaire.
Hang on. You're seriously the Imperial Princess, the Crown Prince, and the heir to the Alliance?
Yes, and as the three of us are now in your debt, I think formal introductions are in order. My name is Edelgard von Hresvelg, Princess of the Adrestian Empire.
I always call her Anal Guard.
I am Dmitri Alexandra Blathed, Crown Prince of the Holy Kingdom of Fargus.
And I'm Claude von Regan, grandson of the leader of the Leicester Alliance.
Things looked grim there for a moment. Thanks to you, we put those bandits to flight.
Bit of a miracle we ran into you out there, but hey, I'll take it.
Hey, I only fought well because I had such fine companions by my side.
There
Come
may
on,
be some truth
Nintendo.
to that. I can't shake the feeling that
Please.
we were destined to meet somehow.
Well, aren't they an unlikely trio? I wonder why those bandits were after them. Still, it's no concern of ours. We have our own plans to attend to. Now, collect your pay and be off before they get a wild idea and ask you to join them.
Oh, they're gonna ask, aren't they?
Say, while I have you here, do you know where I can find Remire Village? I took a wrong turn somewhere along the way. I'm looking for a band of hardened mercenaries who follow a man named Gerald. I hear rumors that's where they're camped.
Actually, Remire might just be the village we've been looking for, too. That ring a bell, Edelgard? I don't remember hearing anything about mercs, but...
The name sounds correct, at least.
Gerald's too smart to get smoked out by a bunch of rumors, but they're all I've got at the moment.
In any case, we won't find our own 2 feet in all this dark. We should return to camp and get our bearings before...
Hello there, house leaders. Hello, brave mercenary. We've mopped up what's left of those rascals, so what say we return to camp? And I insist you accompany us, good mercenary.
Why? What are you planning?
You heard the man. We'll wait out the night together and make for the village in the morning. It's a great plan, especially if you want to get paid, as we're a tiny bit short on pocket change at the moment.
Yes. And those mercenaries you're looking for? Gerald's band, was it? They may be in Ramire village tonight. There's no telling when they'll move on. If you come back to our camp, we have maps that may help you get one step ahead of them.
This is clearly the wisest course of action. Not to mention that I would enjoy conversing with you further. But of course, the choice is yours.
Alright.
Ugh, why can't things ever be simple?
All right, but just for the night.
Perfect. Then might I borrow you for a moment after we reach camp? There's a matter we must speak about. Nothing alarming, I promise you.
Right then, so off we go? But, if I may, did I hear you mention a Gerald earlier?
Yes, do you know him? He heads up a pretty elite band of mercenaries, so I imagine his name is spread all over Fodlan by now.
Mercenaries, is it? No. No, it can't be him. Can it? Well, I'll just have to meet this Gerald myself. After I've seen my duties through, of course. After all, if I don't finish my assigned tasks, I'm mission the point.
Oh god. I forgot he does that.
Get it? Missing? Mission? Come now, this is good stuff!
That's our Alois. Come on, let's get moving before he really gets going.
Love how they're explaining to me about difficulty right after that joke. Yeah, fuck man, I'm on critically hard right now. Urge to kill rising. Alright, cool.
Hey!
Oh, you don't talk. You just say hey. And grunt. Probably.
If I'm honest.
Annual outdoor activity.
That's concerning. What say you?
Let's talk to everybody. You.
It's you!
Nice armor.
Huh, it's you. Huh, it's you.
You wanted to fight?
Huh, it's you.
Okay, well, I guess we're not gonna fight.
Heya! Hello there.
Mercedes?
Let's see.
The thing is...
My thanks.
Nuh-uh.
No. I see.
Thanks.
I appreciate it. Can we speak a moment?
Not good.
Well, good luck, I guess.
Please, listen.
Right on.
Can you marry people
That has much
in
difficulty.
this game?
Yeah.
I didn't even know
don't
that. But I guess it is a Fire Emblem game. What?
Got it.
Yeah, sure.
Right on.
Well, hi.
That's a shame.
A moment of your time. Quite. All in all,
What the? You were hiding back here? Oh, I actually had no idea who you are. I don't even remember you in the original game.
Right.
Alright, talk to people there. Alright. You said hey, that means I have to talk to you.
So,
Right on.
thanks. I'll do it.
Sure, why not?
Greetings. By the way,
Hey.
Okay, you're the dumb one, I guess.
well met.
You're a
What are your
random.
thoughts?
Alright,
Well met.
no, please,
What
I
are
don't
your
want to talk to you.
thoughts?
No, just shut up.
Oh, hey.
Oh, you said oh hey before.
Huh. Aw. Thanks.
Did you need me?
Right on.
no problem. Please?
Can I help you? Hello?
Nuh-uh.
I'm busy.
Alright, why did you talk to me then?
Ah, it is you. Huh?
Well, good for you.
Can I help you?
Did you need me?
Is he just sleeping with his eyes open?
Hey.
Why am I so far away?
What?
How may I help you?
Oh, you can press B to dash. Okay, yeah. Well, at least I found it. He stops dashing once you let go, I guess.
Look who has arrived.
Ow.
What? I am on it.
Well. Good luck. Oh shit.
Hello.
My thanks.
Huh?
Right.
And this is some Doctor Strange ass music. At least this part of it. Alright, time to talk to them.
What do you think?
Yeah, why me?
On another matter. That's Dorothea Arnault. She's an up-and-coming songstress in a famous Imperial opera company. Or she was, at least. For some reason, she abandoned her musical career and enrolled in the Officers' Academy. She has a very magnetic personality, which I'm sure you'll see.
Oh, I saw. Very big personality. 2 personalities.
One of our classmates usually stays holed up in the dormitory instead of coming on these assignments. Her name is Bernadetta. If you bump into her, don't be surprised if she screams and runs away. That's sort of her thing. Petra isn't from the Empire. She's the granddaughter of the King of Brigid, which is an archipelago situated off our western coast. You'll find her a quick study, a gifted fighter, and endlessly curious. But always come prepared to talk, because she'll definitely want to pick your brain.
And...
Well, you're certainly not timid. You do realize you're addressing the heir to the Imperial throne, yes?
I did not realize. Sorry.
Still, I suppose I admire that sort of freedom. It must be nice not to have your lot in life decided for you.
You told me a lot without telling me anything. That's amazing. That's really all I wanted to know.
Hey there. Thanks. Speaking of, how's that? Don't ever treat her like a child. I made that mistake earlier and she nearly took my head off. But she's clearly the youngest out of this year's students, so I don't get what the big deal is. Just another pampered noble, I guess.
Wow. Just says it outright.
Oh, Marianne? She's Margrave Edmund's daughter, but that's all I know about her.
Who?
She doesn't interact with the other students at all. I'll admit, she intrigues me. Leone wants to be a mercenary. I bet you two would have lots to talk about. You're both pretty frank, too. I just hope you're not as obsessed with saving money as she is. Hilda's the only daughter of Duke Goneril. Seems like she had a pretty cushy life growing up.
Duke Gonorrhea?
which means she's gotten into the habit of slacking off and making other people do things for her.
And that's it. Alright, there's one more. Where is... Alright.
You have my thanks.
I'm speaking a little too close to him.
Speaking of which...
Thanks!
By the way...
No, I do not need to know about that.
How about this? I only first met her here at the Academy. She seems a gentle soul with great inner strength. From what I understand, she has traveled far and wide throughout both the Empire and the Kingdom. Perhaps that explains her demeanor.
Sure hope she doesn't cut her hair.
Ingrid is the daughter of Count Galatea, and she is far more gallant than your run-of-the-mill knight. She has ever been straight-laced and diligent, even when we were but children. It is not an uncommon sight to find her scolding Sylvain for his indiscretions.
Oh, that's Sylvain. Right,
Annette is the hardest worker in the entirety of the Blue Lion House. She is truly brilliant.
Truly?
I could stand to learn from her single-minded devotion, if only a little.
And that's all I needed to know.
I see. That's concerning, if I'm honest.
Yeah, sure. I'm a GTA
My
character. I'll just
sincere
accept
apologies for
everything.
asking this of you. I know you're heading for Ramire Village in order to find Gerald's mercenaries, but... well, perhaps you might consider changing your mind and accompanying us to Garreg-Mach Monastery instead.
And why would I do that, exactly?
Because you've done us a great service, and we don't have the means in camp to properly reward you.
Wow.
At the monastery, however, we can repay your kindness in full. Also, between you and me, this evening's turn of events was quite the embarrassment for the church. We allowed students of the Officers' Academy out of our sight, and house leaders of great political consequence at that. And then they crossed swords with bandits. If word got out, well,
Oh man, that got me excited. I saw a white screen. I was like, "Ooh, it's different. It's
so
gonna
you see why we must
take me
ensure
out of the
you are well
queue."
compensated. Also, there may be some papers for you to sign, perhaps in blood.
This sounds more like hush money than a reward.
Yes, that's exactly what I told the fool knight who suggested it. Me, I'd just as soon send you on your way, but I fear I'm obligated to escort you back. Anyway, the whole thing will be much easier if you simply agree to come along. Just as a formality, of course.
I think that was a threat. And here I thought he was a big softy. Well, what do you think? Garreg-Mach is in the opposite direction of where we need to be, but this man seems rather set on having us accompany them.
It's either go begrudgingly or just go because you know, oh, I'm gonna do it. It's all my choice. Well,
You make a poor case, Alois, but I can see where this is heading. I'll come with you to the monastery, but I'm not staying a single minute longer than I have to.
Bless you, my friend.
they better pay
What
me a lot.
noble soul you are. I'd say you saved my bacon, but that would be utterly hammy.
Shut the fuck up, man. No.
Alois, has anyone ever told you that you're...
Don't Some truths are simply too painful to bear. While I'm no expert, I fear the poor man's heart couldn't handle the shock.
Probably right,
Told me what?
Captain Marvel.
Told you how dashing you are in that armor. Not just any man could pull off that look.
Ah, you like it? Wonderful. I admit I've received no small share of positive comments on it. There's a grand story behind every last ding and dent. Enough to keep me talking for a week. Why, take this one here.
We heard you'll be joining us at Garreg Mach. Perhaps somewhat unwillingly, I might add.
You heard correct.
I know this wasn't in your plans, but if it lets us get to know each other better, perhaps it will prove worth it in the end.
Unwilling or not, we've got a long road ahead, so let's try to keep the mood light.
I hesitate to ask this considering you're only here because of us, but... Well, are you sure about this decision? The last thing we want is to delay you from your own business. The Knights may seem unwilling to bend, but it's not as if you have no say in the matter.
Actually, I see this as just another chance to better myself.
You are more gracious than I. But, as I see you've made peace with it, I will leave the matter be.
Yes, that's quite enough chatter. Let's save our energy for the road. To the monastery!
Listen, I know this one's on me. I'm the one who roped you into coming back to camp after all. But I'll find a way to make it up to you, I promise.
Thanks, Claude. I know you will.
Hey! Hurry up back there or we'll leave you behind!
It's a little too... nope, that's the wrong direction.
You know you've had a busy day when you rub shoulders with the heirs to the Empire, the Kingdom, and the Alliance.
All at once.
I think they're a fascinating group of people myself, but what do you make of them?
It seems like Edelgard thinks high enough of me. She's got this elegant air about her, but...
I swear I thought he said anal guard.
But somehow
I can't even record it because I went home. Can I make him...
It seems like Edelgard thinks high enough of me.
Really seems like he said it. Oh my god. Gotta hear it again.
It seems like Edelgard thinks high enough.
Boy, he does not pronounce the D.
It feels like Dimitri's always checking in on me, every chance he gets. He'll definitely make a good king. The kind who looks after his people.
The LP doesn't look like a war criminal at all.
Claude's a laid-back kind of guy who doesn't really strike me as noble, and I mean that in a good way. Something tells me he's gonna be easy to work with.
Of course you only pick up on their rosy qualities. You really are a delight. Have I told you that lately? Still, you'd better pick up the pace before you vex these people any further.
Am I in chapter 1 now? No, I'm still in the prologue.
Prologue. 3 houses.
4. 4 houses.
Deep in the forest, the mercenary meets a trio of youths, each a student at Garreg Mach's Officers' Academy, and a leader of one of the school's 3 houses. Striking down the bandit chief who attacked the students brings undue attention to the mercenary, who soon arrives at the hallowed gates of Garreg Mach.
Oh, I thought he was gonna say hell. And we made it. They played the Fire Emblem theme.
And with that, may I present the mercenary I spoke of?
Hot.
Greetings. My name is Rhea, and I am the Archbishop of the Church of Seros. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for rescuing our students.
I'm just glad I could help.
Such modesty is not required around me. Your actions were truly commendable.
However, the reason we summoned you here was not simply to express our gratitude.
I thought his voice would be deeper,
We have
actually.
a proposal for you. One made on behalf of the church itself.
What kind of proposal?
Someone told you of the Officers' Academy here at the monastery, yes? We would have you join this academy as a student.
I gotta
What?
head somewhere, man.
Though you are a mercenary, I understand you are not currently beholden to any one particular employer. Also, the students you rescued are close to your own age. Your life could be greatly enriched here.
Or she's heard about our power and wants to keep us on a short leash.
Ooh.
And yet she's taking it almost as a given that we'll accept. It's infuriating.
I don't know what to choose.
I need to get stronger if I'm gonna do what I need to. If your fancy school can really make that happen, consider me interested.
The Knights of Seros, as well as many other powerful warriors, pass daily through the gates of this hallowed monastery. If strength is what you are after, we can certainly provide it in spades.
They've really talked us into a corner here. I think I see where this is going.
All right, I'm in.
A wise decision. We will do all we can to ensure you do not regret it.
You better.
I believe you will go far.
If I may, permit me to tell you a bit more about the school itself. The Academy is divided into 3 houses and draws in the most promising young talents from every corner of Fodlan.
Who's the guy with the mask?
Some are noble-born, while others spring from more humble roots. But within these walls, all are treated as equals. We ask our prospects to spend a year living under the same dormitory roof, so they can challenge each other, work hard, and grow together.
Each of our houses corresponds to one of Fodlan's 3 regions. Edelgard leads the Black Eagle House, which is for students from the Adrestian Empire.
Okay.
Dimitri leads the Blue Lion House, home to students from the Holy Kingdom of Fargus.
Okay.
And Claude leads the Golden Deer House, for students from the Leicester Alliance.
Okay.
We could select a house for you ourselves, but as all of this was our idea, perhaps we should leave this decision to you. You are something of a special case, after all.
So I can join any house I want?
Yes, you have simply to name it.
I like Edelgard's house.
So you wish to join Edelgard's Black Eagles. Are you certain?
Yes.
Yep, that's the one.
May you build wonderful and lasting friendships in your new house.
Well then,
yes!
With that taken care of, it's time to decide which of us will supervise which house.
Yes, it turns out we just underwent a last-minute roster change. I guess you two haven't met. This is Professor Yuritsa, our weapons instructor.
Ooh, I shouldn't have done that.
Hello.
Nice meeting you, sir. Don't load me up with too much homework, all right?
Do my ears deceive me? Or is that curiosity I hear in your voice, Professor Yuritsa?
It was just your ears.
I thought all the houses were the same to you. Perhaps you should be in charge of our new student's house, hmm?
I don't care. You decide.
Well, you'll certainly hear no objections from me. Professor Manuela, you and I can take charge of the remaining houses.
What? It's decided already? I was at least expecting a fight. Maybe some hair pulling? And as for you,
She wants to
my
pull hair.
mysterious
Shit,
new
I'm not gonna
student,
complain.
I look forward to getting to know you much, much better throughout the year.
The gall of these people making decisions for you. It's enough to make one's head spin.
Right. In any case, I'm looking forward to learning from you, Professor Yuritsa.
I'll inform you of our first mission soon.
I only have one goal in mind when playing a Fire Emblem game.
What mission?
Oh, did we fail to mention that? Each month, every house in the Academy is given a mission entailing some form of service to the Church.
Okay, cool. Please, Nintendo, just get me out of the fucking queue.
I believe there is a very good chance it will work.
Perhaps, Lady Edelgard. But is that chance not outweighed by the danger of matters going awry?
Nope.
We have managed to walk the knife's edge so far. But what you are suggesting is open hostility. If they so much as catch wind of our intentions, things will go sideways very quickly.
Are they already planning war crimes?
This is our last opportunity to save her. Frankly, it's a miracle we even have the chance.
I thought you once proclaimed not to believe in miracles, Lady Edelgard.
And I don't. At least not the kind one has to sit around and wait for. But right now, everyone is exactly where we need them. Her, the bandits, the string pullers, and the perfect instructor with the perfect mission. I'm going to make this miracle happen, and I will do so for our future.
Then we'd best have a plan in place to finish the job, in case they catch on. I expected you to burn a few bridges, but this plan would be akin to setting half the countryside on fire.
Which is exactly why I'm counting on you, Hubert, and why I'm grateful to have you by my side. Welcome to the Black Eagle House. I'm pleased you selected us.
Whoa, wait, what? You're a student now? And not only that, you're one of us? That's great!
Wait, stop! I don't know this person. Oh, why are there so many new faces?
That's what you get for skipping this year's first field excursion, Burn. A lot happened. There was even a bandit attack. Did you really not hear about any of this?
Bandits! Now I'm extra glad I skipped out.
I must say, the church took a bold step in enrolling you. A decision which I, of course, fully support. You helped Edelgard, and we stand to learn quite a bit from one so skilled.
Yes, I have eagerness to examine the fighting of mercenaries. We should be sparring, 1 versus 1.
If anyone needs me, I'll be asleep and... Wait, hold on. Do you have a crest? Did Professor Hanneman even check?
Oh, he checked all right. Sorry to say, I'm certifiably crestless.
Strange. You definitely seem the type. But I suppose I'm just imagining it.
And now you know the rest of our house. As you already met some of us in camp, I assume you knew what you were getting into.
Nope.
We may not be perfect, but we support each other as best we can. Please try your utmost to get along with everyone.
Here approaches Professor Yuritsa. That makes all of us.
Remember your mission?
We are to eliminate the remaining members of the Iron King's thieves that attacked our camp. The chief, Costas, has already been struck down, and now only a scattering of brigands remain.
Even with our limited experience, we should be able to defeat them handily.
Good. Prepare yourself.
Of course, Oh, he's gone.
So it would seem. Right then. We'd better get all of our waterfowl in a row.
Wait, but I need to tell the professor I can't participate? Oh, good work, Bernie. Why didn't you speak up sooner?
I know what you mean. I never even got the chance to break out my best. Leave it to me, Professor. He's a real tough nut, that's for sure. Says just as much as he has to, and makes tracks.
Well, the less you say, the greater your mystique.
True enough. There's not much charm in someone who talks your ear off at every opportunity.
Whatever the case, I expect all Black Eagles to participate in this mission, including you, Bernadetta. You can do this. And I look forward to seeing our mercenary friend here in action.
I won't let you down.
Except Nintendo's letting us down. How is this website not fucking finished? How am I not out of the queue yet? It's been 8 fucking hours. 8!
You are, Yuritsa. I have word from the knights.
It is time.
Yes. The bandits have fled north into the canyon bordering Count Ro's land in the kingdom. But the knights have cut off their escape, and now stand ready to provide whatever support.
We'll leave at once.
I needn't remind you, this is the first real battle for some of our charges. I trust you will keep them safe. Though I likely do not need to worry with an old hand like you at their side.
Old?
No, you don't. You there. It's time for the mission. Gather the others.
About time we saw some action.
Why does Nintendo make it hard for me to give them money? It's actually weird.
Sight of them.
A shame to admit it, but yes. It's possible someone magicked the bandits away. Why go to that kind of trouble for a handful of highwaymen scum?
So be it. We'll follow the blood scent.
Right, of course. We'll follow... Wait, what?
We're leaving. Everyone, follow me.
Professor, wait! Well,
Yeah.
he must have some idea where the bandits went. Let's hurry after him.
Man is on a mission.
Pathetic.
Professor Yuritsa, you shouldn't charge ahead like that. It's far too dangerous. Wait, what is all this?
Bandits!
Dead by my hand.
Yes, they look quite dead indeed. Are these the miscreants we were meant to deal with?
How is one to tell? One uncouth ruffian looks much the same as any other. Do you know, Professor? Were you following some manner of lead?
No, but it's them. They were trying to escape to that fortress.
That fortress?
Yes, Caspar, that's what he said. Something you want to share?
Nope. It just seems suspicious.
You're something else, Caspar. Still, I guess the place does look kind of suspicious.
We're near the border of the kingdom and the empire, but that is no imperial outpost.
It's not the kingdoms either, and they're not flying any kind of banner. I'm guessing it's a bandit hideout.
Then give us allowance to be storming their base and crushing them under our feet.
It might be a little dangerous for us to handle on our own, Petra.
Yes, I mean, I agree. We should all, go home. Right now.
Good plan.
But the bandits might be inside, and they must answer for their crimes. It is our noble duty to finish them off before they can bring harm to another soul.
No, it's not.
This isn't about nobles. It's about doing the right thing, period. And striking down evil is the Caspar way.
It's not smart to rush an enemy stronghold when we have no idea what's waiting for us inside. We should hold off for now.
Huh. I hadn't pegged you as the cautious type, but maybe that's what we need.
Enough. This is not our decision to make. Professor Yuritsa?
The mission stands. Enter the fortress. Dispatch any bandits you find. There are no signs of life. We may be chasing ghosts.
Professor, are you having the ability to speak with ghost spirits?
It is just an expression, Petra. It means there is probably no one here.
Ah, I am understanding now. You have my thanks. This language has much peculiarity some of the times.
Well, if that's settled, let us make ready. Make sure you're prepared before we head out.
Defeat the thieves. Alright, let's fucking... Let's fight.
We'll put the bandits to rout. Follow me.
Right.
Huh? Hey! We got intruders!
You must be a bad guy if you're pointing a weapon at me.
Get ready to pay!
And dead.
A pack of thieves is no match for us. Though I do wish they had given me time to announce my name.
Careful. Do not let the enemies be ganging up on you.
This man is on a horse. What are we doing just running around?
I'm not letting you past here. My life depends on it.
Now we know who to kill to open the gate.
I think he's dead.
Sorry. I tried to stop him.
Let's secure the interior. This place is bigger than I thought. Split up.
All of these dead bodies are enough to numb the senses.
Hey, where's the okay, there he is. Okay, he didn't drop anything.
Here I
Okay.
go. No mistakes. They must learn who they're up against.
There's not a question of can. Only a matter of will. Leave this to me.
Right then. Let us go to work.
Sure, let's put you against him.
I see my duty. Not a problem.
Well, let's just put you somewhere.
Is that a treasure chest? Yes. It seems we will need a key to open it.
We gotta find a key.
Ugh. I was all ready to grab a nice haul from that chest. And now those intruders are all over the thing.
Bandit appears to be holding the key.
Oh. I gotta find the guy with the key.
We'll have these defenses crippled in short order.
Okay, he's going in the other direction.
This is certainly not what we signed up for.
I will capture this stronghold. I'm all right.
I gotta say, this is holding up so damn well compared to Age of Calamity. It's actually amazing.
Than it was on the outside.
I can't take this anymore. I want to go home.
I'd say that takes care of securing the bandit hideout. Unless something else concerns you, Professor.
Search the basement. Something is amiss.
Ooh. Something. Hubert. Where is Hubert? No, that's not him.
Right then. Let us go to work. I will see my duty done.
There's not a question of can. Leave this to me.
Okay, you are just gonna go somewhere.
I've got this.
Watch this.
It's not over right. Still in fight.
We'll have these defenses crippled in short order.
What is that? Was that tea?
Here I go. No mistakes.
You are gonna face this
They must
guy.
learn who they're up against.
Not a problem. I've got this.
If I may.
What is this? Money. That's what that is. Alright, that makes sense. I gotta find out what the purple thing is. The purple jar. Oh, there's a shitload of purple jars. Damn it. Ooh, 60 FPS right here. Right in this spot. Looking at a wall. Alright,
I am your man.
where are you? Okay.
Take a breather.
Edelgard is just running back and forth. Well, that was quick. What is it? What is it? What happens now? Where is it? Oh. Money. Money, 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 money. And then Mr. Krabs' horrific, agonizing scream. What's that? What is this money? It is. Money. Damn it. What the fuck is Edelgard doing?
Here I go. Everyone, to me. Watch this. Here I go. No mistakes.
Well, you're going in there.
I'll provide some
Take a breather.
I don't think I'm gonna get an S rank. With how long I'm taking just to get from place to place. Here it is. It's money. That's what that is. It's money.
Not a problem.
It's right here too.
I'll take over.
Hey, there's a prisoner down here. She looks like an academy student.
None will pass on my watch.
Are you here to rescue me?
No.
Lady Edelgard!
Monica, how did you... No, my questions can wait.
Thank you for saving me.
Don't let the girl escape, or Kranya will make us wish we were dead.
Kranya. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Not a problem.
Well, you're already there, so.
I've got this.
Here I go. No mistakes. They must learn who they're up against.
Right then. Let us go to work. I will see my duty.
There's not a question of can. Only a matter of leave this.
It's not safe here. We must take the girl and run.
Time to attack. Alright, fine. Who is guarding her?
Here I go. I'll provide some protection.
They are. If I may. Seem to be targeting that student. It falls upon us to keep her safe, no matter the cost. I feel no mercy.
Any final words?
Leave me alone already!
Here they come. Everyone, protect Monica.
There will be no way forward until we strike down these skeletons.
The way is clear. Come, we need to hurry.
Sorry I'm slowing you down. The world is still a little wobbly at the moment.
Right then. You appear to...
I am your man. Now's our chance to give him the slap.
More bandits that eluded us.
Oh my god. Oh my god, it's happening. It's fucking happening. Oh. Why is it not possible? It's just not. Why not, you stupid bastard? Ugh, fuck, man. Why? It's there, it's happening, it's... Please. Please. Undergoing maintenance. Come on. Please. Fucking, I'll just show you what's happening. Come on. It is the worst thing ever. Please. Like, it's not even fucking logging me in. It's... If this is gonna happen, at least put me back in the queue. Why the fuck did you take me out? This is the second time. Shitty ass website. Oh my god. Why did they change up the look of the website if something like this was still gonna happen anyways? This is a fucking disaster. What a fucking mess. I was just logged in for a second too. It's... Oh, please. Why do you make it so hard for me to give you money? It's shocking. Why the fuck do we pay for online if you're not even gonna be able to do this? Corporate social responsibility. Yeah, pretty sure you're responsible for this. Please put me back in the fucking queue. Let me just... Let's hope for the best. I'm just gonna leave it and hope for the best.
Leave none alive.
Okay, who can beat the fucking...
Not a problem.
Go beat this guy.
I've got this.
What eyesores they are.
Stand back.
I shall never back down!
Feel no nerves. That's the last of them.
The way is clear. Come, we need to hurry.
Come.
My turn.
What happened to the thief? Did he just die? Did we kill him?
Okay. We should be safe here. I mean, I hope we are at least.
All right. Who came in here and trashed my beautiful stronghold?
Nice moves.
Hi there. I'm Grania, but you can just call me the lady that's about to murder you.
In the queue again! Oh, the fucking queue!
So be it. Kill her.
If you truly are Grania, then it is you who will die this day.
Oh, you know, maybe Xenoblade isn't that popular. Yeah, fuck off. Look at this shit. Can't even pre-order the new one.
My turn.
Cronia's right there.
If you've got any pretty last words lined up, now would be the time. Not that I'm
Why? Are you guys on Omegle? Boy, I sure hope he's dead now.
Take a breather.
Oh, you're not going anywhere, Monica. I have something very special planned for you.
Wait, she's almost dead.
You asked for it.
Release the creature we captured. This
Well,
is going to be trouble.
if I ever imagined what a monster looks like, I'd say that's a monster. Monsters are huge enemies that are quite unlike normal soldiers. When you are near a monster's HP and weaknesses will be displayed. Okay, yeah, it's 4 barriers. It's... Christ. Alright, fine.
Attack in force. You'll never defeat it alone.
All the numbers in the world won't
They... Who are they protecting?
Right then, let us go to work. You appear to need assistance.
Okay, what is... Well, they don't have to.
There's not a question of can, only a matter of will. Leave this to me.
There.
There's not a
Ferdinand.
question of can, only a
Wait.
matter of will.
Here I go. No mistakes.
You will face
They
this.
must learn who they're up against.
Yep. You will also face this. And you are already facing that up, okay, I guess.
I am here to aid you.
This is unlike any beast I have ever encountered. It will be a grueling battle unless we combine our strength.
Its strength is beginning to wane.
Press the attack.
It's already dead. Okay,
Defeated a demonic beast? Impossible!
it was pretty easy.
Alice isn't going to like this at all. You'll pay for this. You'll all pay.
Can he drop the loot already? Okay, well,
Snake escaped. But still, Monica is safe, and that's what matters.
potions. Let me get it. Okay, fine. A. Who got MVP?
I must get stronger.
Any experience is worth having.
I am the noble standard.
I won't let myself stop here.
Flugel.
Keep aiming higher.
Who knew this power slept within?
I must make the most of this ability.
This power will serve me in the times to come.
Weapon attributes. Okay. Cool.
I thought I would never breathe fresh air again for as long as I lived. I'm not sure what to say except thank you, everyone.
How did you end up in such an awful place, Monica? I heard you went missing in House Ox territory.
I did indeed. In fact, I was on the verge of graduation when I was kidnapped by the strangest people. Oh, how silly of me not to introduce myself. I'm Monica von Ox. I'm the eldest child of Baron Ox, and one of your Highness's most loyal subjects. Seeing as you saved my life, I plan to devote that very life back to helping your cause.
You've not changed at all, though I do appreciate the enthusiasm.
Monica was a Black Eagle in last year's class. One might say she's part of the old guard.
I'm not sure how I feel about you calling people old.
Yes. I think I understand. This all began when the knights lost sight of the bandits and you gave chase. Afterward, you entered a suspicious fortress and rescued a missing student. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. I'll be sure to smooth things over for you once we're back.
Sounds good. But, why are you even here, Alois?
Because the knights sent for help after you left them behind. Did you expect anything different?
We left them behind?
Not that I'm trying to lay blame at your feet. I know you were following Professor Euritza's lead, so I think everyone involved can head home knowing they did just swell. For as you know, all swell that ends swell.
Still, I find this a rather grave turn of events. To think the same bandits who attacked our charges were behind another student's abduction.
I never said I was kidnapped by bandits.
You didn't?
Now that I think on it, not everyone in that fortress was dressed like a common rogue.
Yeah, one of them was a Satanist.
Perhaps the
Satanist.
bandits were mere decoys,
Fuck, I
while
fucked
some
that
other-
up.
Yeah, there was one real piece of work. Kranya, I think, who managed to
Satanist.
escape. I've seen all kinds of people as a mercenary, and she was definitely not your everyday bandit.
You're on the right path. Perhaps I should just tell you who kidnapped me, seeing as I already know.
Why didn't you
What?
say before?
Why didn't you mention this earlier?
Okay, yeah. Not the only sane
Everyone was
one.
busy speculating, so it was difficult to cut in.
What do you know, child? Out with it.
Her Highness can vouch for this, but my memory is quite strong. Try remarkable. You never forget a face, even one seen only at a glance. Your Highness,
Get to the point.
I'm certain of what I saw. The one who kidnapped me was surely Tomas the librarian.
Tomas? Impossible.
But Tomas has been at Garreg Mach even longer than I have. I don't want to believe it, but based on what you say, we've no choice but to investigate.
But Sir Alois...
Be on guard. If Tomas is in league with Kranya, he is dangerous.
Very well. I will quietly report the matter to Lady Rhea and leave the decision in her hands. Not a word of this to anyone. Is that clear?
Yes, sir, Shadow.
Well, now things are getting interesting. Honestly, did not see this coming. So what do you make of this Kranya? Why do you think she was at the fortress?
She kind of looks like you, man.
You seemed preoccupied with her during the battle. She a friend of yours?
Sadly, I wouldn't know. My memory is but a shadow at this point. Gone, vanished, lost. I remember meeting you, but before that, nothing at all. And yet, the moment I saw her, I was struck with the most inexplicable feeling. I couldn't tell you if it was revulsion or affection. It was simply pure emotion.
You were horny. You were
I
horny.
thought I had it tough.
Are you worried about me? How adorable. Oh, but I do love that about you.
And so, the Archbishop has elected to apprehend Tomas.
He has been away from Garreg Mach for days now. During his absence, an investigation of his behavior and personal effects laid bare his hostility to the Church.
The Knights have been instructed to await his return and take him in. As quietly as possible, of course.
We want him alive, so we might discover the whereabouts of his...
I'm glad they actually believed me. If they doubted you, you would have known it the moment they clapped you in irons and led you away.
So who is this Tomas guy anyway? You say he works in the library?
He's the tank
He
engine.
does. I've lost track of how many times I've spoken to the man.
No surprise, Lynn. You practically live at the library.
So what did he look like again? Is he the big burly one?
Burly? Not even close. He's a frail old man with a walking stick.
From what I understand, he's been at Garreg Mach for 40 years, at least.
Jeez.
It's hard to imagine that he had been plotting evil that whole time. I wonder what led to his transformation.
Transformation? Would someone not be noticing if Tomas changed his appearance?
He meant a mental transformation, not a physical one. Tomas must have changed his mind about the church at some point.
I am excited to have learning of this strange new expression. I must be thanking you.
If they were really worried about transformations, you'd expect they would turn their gaze to you. Good to know they're nice enough not to do so.
So, this Tomas person sent the bandits after us? What an awful man. We're lucky to be alive.
You're one to talk, Bernadetta. You weren't even there.
Yeah.
Yes, you were not having reason to fear for your continued living.
You're right! Everyone, pipe down! Something's happening outside.
Are they ready at the gates?
Yes, sir. Every exit is covered.
Well, well, it sounds like Tomas has returned. I don't know why I know this, but you need to get out there, and quickly.
Great writing. I don't know why I know this.
I think Tomas is here. I'll be right back.
Okay, now
We should discuss this before you... Never mind.
now we seem suspicious now.
is!
That man down there.
Lady Rhea wants to speak with you. I suggest you accept.
This doddering persona of mine will benefit me no further.
Persona? 5?
What is this?
This game was just Persona 5 Strikers all along. It's Megamind.
Familiar, right?
Such hubris from mere vermin. You will pay for this.
Find him!
Right!
What he did was just like...
Oh boy, it's getting juicy. Prologue. The shadows of Adrestia. Ardestia. I was gonna say Ardestia.
Upon his return to Garreg Mach, the humble Tomas shapeshifts and flees, and not even the Knights of Ceres's most concerted efforts can track down the erstwhile librarian.
Erstwhile.
Edelgard seizes upon Monica's rescue as a chance to start down a radically different path than she had originally planned.
How radical.
Things went like clockwork with Monica.
Thanks to Professor Yuritsa playing his part so ably. And equally to those arrogant fools for letting their guards down.
I doubt we will see such fortune next time.
Next time? Don't tell me.
The moment has come to take matters into our own hands at the Imperial capital. This is our chance to finally be rid of them.
But, Lady Edelgard, we aren't ready. We'll need an entire host to keep them in check.
And we have one. The Church.
Forgive my impertinence, but that is not the plan.
You are the man who once told me to leave no sword in its scabbard.
Yes, but one must also take care not to wound themselves when unsheathing it. I am sorry, milady, but this plan is ill-advised. I cannot support it. And even if I were to ignore common sense and go along, it still throws our future plans into disarray.
I thought you devised countermeasures to deal with the Church. Use them.
But those were meant for... Very well. Are you absolutely certain this is the path?
I am anything but certain. Yet the bandit attack in the mountains created an opportunity we cannot ignore. And I doubt the appearance of this new mercenary is simple coincidence. Plans can be rewritten, Hubert. Either we're doing this, or we're not. Will you sit around and wait for a miracle? Or will you help me seize control of my fate?
Oh!
I am with you, Lady Edelgard. As ever.
Is it time?
Then let us walk forward on this path. And see where it takes us.
Oh my god. Oh, I can actually do it. I can actually do it. Oh fuck.
Short notice, Archbishop.
I'm just gonna...
Not at all, Edelgard. But might I ask, what prompted this sudden desire to return to Inbar?
We believe one of Tomas's collaborators may have infiltrated the capital.
My word!
Tomas tended the library at Garreg Mach for decades, with nary a blemish on his record. And then, without warning, he drops his disguise and reveals himself to be a vile sorcerer of terrible ability. Someone at the capital also fits that pattern.
Select your shipping method. No options. Great.
And who might that be?
I'm trying.
My uncle, and regent of the Empire, Bokhard von Arundel.
How can I select
his lordship
a ship?
Briefly defected from the Empire before reappearing
okay,
several years later.
it just gave me this now.
But he returned a changed man and began seizing
I was
power
writing it down. What a fucking shitty sight. Oh my god.
and is able to change
What
his appearance.
fucking garbage is this? It's actually stupid. Oh my fucking god. It finally took me out of the queue. I was able to put in my shipping address. Bam! This screen. Well, that screen, you see down there? That's just, it just appeared.
Return to the capital. How do you propose to deal with this?
I sort of don't want to refresh because I'm afraid I'm going to be put in the queue again.
Arundel has the support of a number of influential nobles, including the Prime Minister, Duke
Yeah. I've been trying to pre-order Xenoblade 3 Special Edition since like 11 a.m. This phone has been on since 11. It is 8 p.m.
Here at the Academy, their daughters and sons, with us under the supervision of Professor Yuritsa.
It's actually fucking stupid.
You would
Oh my
consider deploying the Knights of Ceros, so
I-
the Imperial Army doesn't get any strange ideas.
You wish to march on the Empire with the Church's knights at your back?
Your support would give credence to our claims.
Additionally, the knights would keep the populace in check. of
Anal
our
guard, shut the fuck up. I don't know what's even
preventing the
happening.
city from descending into utter chaos.
Let me just reread all of this. Oh my god. What the fuck? This is so far back. This is like before the last. No, wait, what the fuck? Mention Tomas. This is their plan. Okay. Empire. Collaborators. Uh-huh. Yeah. Lord Prime Minister. Alright. Okay, I'm up to date.
The more
Okay.
I hear of this, the more credible the threat sounds.
It's clear you have thought carefully and planned well.
We intend to seize
So
the palace
glad.
with our own forces.
I'm so
and we'll
glad
do our
I
utmost to contain the conflict there.
turned off the thing because they
But
were
we
showing my
still
address.
Need your help. Please.
I have two conditions. The first, when you capture Lord Arundel, he is to be turned over to the Knights at once. The second, our Knights are not to engage in battle directly.
I would have it no other way.
Step lightly, Edelgard. Should these claims about Lord Arundel prove false, we will take action accordingly. Make no mistake as to who will be held accountable.
Understood. But please know we have nothing to gain from deceiving the Church.
Very well. I will summon the Knights and let you instruct them as to your plan. May the Goddess watch over you all.
Well, that was certainly an unexpected conclusion to the whole Tomas saga. Thanks to his shape-shifting ability, he slipped free of the Knights and escaped.
Shape-shifting.
Yes, that's what I said. Also, I know what you want to say next. His powers are just like the ones you gave me. Don't feel like sharing, hmm? All the same, I saw what you saw. Clearly, we don't have a monopoly on shapeshifting.
Now that everyone
Unfortunately.
knows about Tomas, some of them must have connected the dots back to me. At least they've had the grace to keep it to themselves.
It's because they trust you. Hold on, someone's coming.
Who's coming?
Ah, there you are.
Oh, Anal Guard.
Something wrong?
I must return to the Imperial capital soon for an important matter. Will you join me? Most of the other Black Eagles are coming.
What's this about?
Shit!
I fear I must keep that to myself until we're closer to the capital. But I promise you this. There will be battle, and you will have a chance to shine.
Are you sure? I mean, these powers I have...
Are like the ones Tomas used? Yes, that is a bit disquieting. Still, you've given me no reason to mistrust you. You could have wrested yourself free of us from the start, but instead you chose to stay here at the monastery.
Not by my own will.
You fought by our side and helped us save Monica. I think I can give you the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, but you're giving me money, so...
But here's my true proposal. If you accompany us, there's a good chance you'll learn where your powers come from.
That's true.
Ooh, now that is intriguing.
In that case, I accept. Thanks.
Seeing his friend smile, his adoptive mother not going hungry. Yeah, I like that too, you know? I'm sure there's not a lot of people in the world who dislikes that, not going hungry. He's just like me. He's just like me for real. Okay. Ferdinand, Bernadetta, Caspar, Lindhard. There's not a lot of people to talk to, you know. We can't even talk to you, man.
Good day. If you please.
Okay.
Need something?
Nice. I like that armor.
Hey!
Are all the soldiers women? Not complaining, but then you got two.
You sure?
Right.
You should hear this.
You're a random student. Okay. Sorry, I thought you were someone important.
What's going on?
So basically...
Knight of Seraphs.
How may I help you?
I want to say knights, but it's just one person, so it feels weird. Alright, great. That's not changing anytime soon, huh? I saw something crawl. There's nothing there. Alright.
In essence,
Apex.
If I may.
Let's see.
That's not a good laugh.
It's you.
Anal guard.
Do you have a moment?
Yes.
Huh? Meh.
Excuse me. Over here.
Nuh-uh.
I agree.
Cool.
What are your thoughts?
There's a town? Is that the DLC for the first game? That is not the voice I expected her to have. That was something else. Refresh. Pain. I've never hated Wario as much as I do now. Wario haunts me.
My word is a bond. Well...
Well, that's everyone. Speak to Edelgard.
What do you think?
Yep. This is chapter 2, I think. But they call it prologue.
Someone's been unmasked.
Yes, my lord. Rooted right out of the monastery.
First Kranya's debacle and now this. What in the world is going on?
I know not, my lord. What are we to do?
Keep our composure for a start. Send word to the kingdom and see that Cleobulus is informed.
Cleobulus?
Tell him to remain
Cleobulus.
If he must go into hiding, so be
Cleo...
At once, my lord.
Patra. Cleopatra.
Yes?
Lord Regent, I have urgent tidings to report.
You may
Holy shit, someone's playing Metopia.
Forgive the intrusion, my lord, but we just learned the Knights of Seros march on Enbar. Their purpose is unclear, but they will arrive by morning. We've been turning ourselves upside down to make ready.
The Knights of Seros? No. Do you think...
Yup.
There's only one person who could be behind it. How dare she bare her fangs at us? They may already be within the palace walls. Mobilize the guards and search. If anyone so much as looks at you askance, kill them on the spot.
Yes, my lord.
Her Highness has given the signal, Valdemar.
Already? I had thought they were still negotiating.
The situation must have changed. Our children are still at Garrick Mach, after all.
I admire how strong she's become. I just wish we'd had more time to appraise her competence.
Well, if she's caught us with our breeches down, imagine how they feel. I can't wait to see the confused look on those dastards' faces. Oh,
Dastard.
I'm going to enjoy every second of this.
As if you'd be content to watch. Once the battle starts, you'll be knee-deep in gore with all the rest. Which means I'll have to make it clear where I stand. We can't afford to tear the Ministry apart by having the pen and sword at odds.
Just refreshing.
These are your instructions. I imagine they may not come as a surprise to many of you. For some
my
time
God.
now, Enbar Palace has been infested with the same darkness you saw in Tomas.
It's
They have
Wario.
made a puppet of the Emperor and plot with disloyal subjects to seize control of the Empire. Our objective is to stamp these traitors out, seize the palace, and reclaim the Empire for our own.
You realize it's just us, right, 80? That sounds kind of impossible.
Still, the Empire is having many soldiers. Perhaps you could be changing their minds?
Nothing's impossible, just very difficult.
Those who can be won over will be.
Just like this
As
website.
an organization, they are fighting the Imperial Princess, want to dull the others' blades. We have also secured the cooperation of several nobles inside the palace.
Very impressive, Your Highness. And very you. I suppose all that remains is to head inside and take care of business.
Just you watch. We'll take them all down and have the bards singing our names by nightfall.
Some of you will die.
So here we are, ready to deal a masterstroke to the heart of the
That is
mighty
completely
Empire.
fine by me.
Life Life with you certainly isn't boring.
We'll infiltrate the palace through the rear gate. Then apprehend Lord Arundel and Duke Ire.
Good. That's a good plan, Anal Guard. Penetrate the rear.
From there, we'll secure the palace's strategic positions, eliminating all resistance we encounter along the way.
If that is our plan, then time cannot be wasted.
You can hear them scrambling in the palace from here. Let's not wait for them to find their bearings.
Lead the way, Your Highness. Oh, and make sure to keep her safe, Hubert. You know every square inch of that place, after all.
Just mind you don't fall prey to your own distractions.
These villains have had free run of my house for too long. Today, I take it all back.
Oh boy. Shit, where are we? Alright, unit positioning. Well, I mean, there's not much I can do. Equip weapons. Feel like we're good. You acquired a new weapon last battle. Go on, equip it. Alright, fine. Whatever you say, game. Oh wait, no, that's mine. That's mine. Get your own. Holy shit, that's a lot. Well, I think we're good now.
It was easy enough slipping in the back. The knight's unexpected visit must have thrown the court into disarray.
In that case, we'd best find and apprehend Duke Ire and Lord Arundel before they grow wise to our scheme.
Duke Ire should be in the throne room. We'll enter through the back way.
Money, 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 money.
Yes. That way he will never see our coming. But we must hurry.
The guards along the way are in Duke Ire's employ.
Yeah.
So deal with them as you must.
They will never see our coming. How are they not dead? Y'all took like 1,000,000 sword hits. Man, this frame rate's actually real good. I never expected this. I wish Age of Calamity ran like this. This is super good. $1,386 hits.
Surrender, Duke Ire.
What in the... No! Seal the gate now!
Well, this complicates things.
Oh.
We'll have to cut around through the gardens.
Not a problem.
Send soldiers to the gardens! I want a sword.
Man, he's running fast. I better...
Myself and those rats.
The man is so desperate he doesn't realize he's already lost. So let us break through and prove it to him.
Cool.
Aidy, no offense, but what's to stop him from from running away.
Oh, I already solved that particular problem.
Not a problem.
Where'd he go? Okay.
I've got this.
Where's everyone else?
Begin.
Why the fuck are you all still
I will
here?
gladly handle this.
Here I go. No mistakes.
Fine. You take this person down.
They must learn who they're up
I will gladly handle this.
Well, take down this one,
Orders received. Begin.
and you will go elsewhere. Oh, here.
The skies. Watch this. The time has come, ministers. Show the Duke your true allegiance lies with the Empire.
Apologies, Ludwig, but if you want to leave, it'll have to be through me.
Nice.
And if you want back in, you must go through me. Although I must seem like nothing in comparison to that bear at the front gates.
Any final words? You will turn on me now.
Wait, so those are the nobles you won over? Where'd you find the time to orchestrate that?
Now that we have
She's a politician.
down, let us clip his wings for good.
This stronghold will fall.
Solar performance, level 1. Don't know what that means. Hopefully that's good. Where the fuck is Monica going? Just
I will gladly handle this.
be normal. Go actually go do something. Don't mind us, we're just gonna capture this base for the moment. See, that wasn't too long. Why the fuck are you here? Go do what I asked. Oh, it's already open. Fighter.
Watch this.
Take a breather.
Alright, we see him. There he is. It's him.
You're still outnumbered, and this isn't done until I say it is.
We'll see about that.
Finished, Prime Minister. Lay down your arms and surrender peacefully.
Use the fire orbs! I don't care if you bring the palace down around us. Just do it!
Uh-oh. That's not good.
Shooting at us. We should probably do something about that.
How dare you! The ambitions of the Ludwig von Eyre won't be broken by the likes of you!
Defeated. Defeated.
How can this be? I have riches, power. I am as great as a man can be.
Well, I shouldn't be here.
Not a problem. I've got this.
Why are you there?
Begin.
Where is Edelgard?
Here I go. No, they must learn who they're up. I'm swapping in.
Well, good luck with that.
Well done, everyone. That just leaves Lord Arendelle.
Yes, but he is the one we need to worry about. Keep moving and remain alert.
Duke Aya's been captured already. The wretch didn't even have the grace to buy me some time. Well, I've little interest in facing Berg. So it's...
I will gladly handle this.
Get the key.
Orders received.
time for me to deploy my wild card.
Wall of Darkness.
Dark magic. Find the casters and strike them down so we might dispel this sorcery.
Come, Voldemort. You and I can split up and sweep the palace.
A fine idea, Leopold. Let us make clear to these fell warlocks that they are most unwelcome in this place.
I'm afraid to consider how we'd stand without those two on our side.
We got the chest key. Oh, that was quick.
That should stop those fire
I didn't
bullets
even
from-
realize we got the other one.
Firing.
Damn, she's fast. Exam seal. I think that's like a class upgrade thing.
Begin. The Sky Spirit.
Take a breather.
Oh, that's like the ZR button move, whatever it is. Did we get... Nope, we forgot one.
I will gladly handle this. Let's march.
Where'd he go? What is this? How come I can't get it? What is this? What is this thing? The one thing I need explained, they don't explain it. Come on. Alright, good work.
I'm swapping it. I have this.
Where is it?
I will gladly handle this. Let's march.
I'll take over.
My turn.
Please, Nintendo. Your site, it has to be fixed. You said pre-orders were going up today. Well, I don't believe you. New weapon. Oh no, you don't.
We are fighting on the side of Count Verdi's.
Is that a bad thing?
Keep it up. We must eliminate the mages.
These were definitely the same people who kidnapped me.
Let's do this.
It's not over.
Oh boy, she's about to make it. Well,
I'm ready.
she went way past it. Way past it. Wow. Let's just... Okay. Okay, fuck. Run quickly here. Get that.
My turn.
Good luck over there.
Is it my turn? I have this.
Dead.
You people are all magic and no muscle. I'll snap you like twigs.
You know, it may benefit us to learn more about this dark magic.
No, not yet.
Oh my god, they're super weak to magic. I wish I read that before. That's actually my fault. Okay. There's one more.
There. The barrier should dissipate now. That's
I will gladly handle this. Let's march.
Still didn't stop them.
I'll take over.
It seems they came prepared for any eventuality.
Quickly now. We need to reach Lord Arundel before he slips through our fingers.
Ooh, boss music.
Any who side with Duke Ire or Lord Arundel and oppressed Her Highness will receive no quarter from us.
Hubert, you finally said something I like. Now let's go stamp them out.
Seize all the strongholds. Well, good luck with that. Meanwhile, I'll be around breaking jars.
wretched vermin.
Cool. Nice cutscene.
You're... no.
Sorry, what?
I admire your tenacity. However, you clearly have no concept of how terrifying I can be.
Ah, but we do. Which is why you must die. Lady Edelgard chooses to abide your existence no longer.
Don't worry, guys. I'll be right there.
Are you starting to understand the situation you're in?
Sounds like a great fight. Is that all of them? Shh, there's one more.
Swapping in.
There's two, actually. I can't believe we were right there.
Take a breather.
Hey man, I'll see you later. Good luck, Petra.
That takes care of the cleanup. I think Her Highness should be very pleased with me indeed.
Whether or not she is pleased with you should be a secondary concern. The most important matter is what benefits Lady Edelgard.
That is a shitload of damage. Alright. Boss time. Or...
Is it my turn? I have this. Watch this.
Oh, that's a lot of damage.
Take a breather.
I have to act.
And he's dead. Or he escapes.
I know when I am bested.
Not happening!
We are the darkness itself, and the darkness cannot be slain.
He escaped.
Cowardly of him. But we can take comfort in our victory either way.
Yeah, I guess.
Now what?
Huh? Are you kidding me? When mercs celebrate a win, we slap our open palms together like that.
It is called a high five.
A commendable victory, Lady Edelgard.
Thank you, Hubert. Still, I don't much like how those rats managed to keep skittering away.
I imagine that guy's pretty close with Kranya and Tomas, since he shapeshifted and all.
Yes. They are all part of a clandestine organization attempting to conquer Fodlan from the shadows. Those who slither in the dark.
Huh. Never heard of him.
So, what is the plan now, Your Highness?
We make ready for my coronation. Hubert, gather everyone in the throne room.
At once, Your Highness.
Oh, this is wonderful! Your Highness is going to become Your Majesty!
Yes, but first I must speak with the Minister of Domestic Affairs, as well as the other counts. I wasn't expecting all of you this soon. What are you doing here?
We demand an explanation. You arrested my father, Edelgard. How could you do such a thing without discussing it with me first?
Wait, he was your dad?
I'm probably not getting the finer points here, but you basically defeated both my father and Ferdinand's. Is that right?
I wasn't fighting your father, Caspar. He was aiding me, as was Count Hevring.
So, what about my father? Did you arrest him?
Unfortunately not.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately.
Look, I'm sure you have your reasons for all of this. But maybe you should sit down and talk us all through it.
And I intend to. We'll reconvene later and clear everything up then. Monica, join me. We'll talk as we go.
I must regain what I've lost.
Hard work created this.
I bet.
Any experience is worth having.
Why did she level up?
Growth is a part of life.
She didn't even fight. Did she? Oh, they were like... They were supports. They were not playable, but they were supports. I didn't even know Dorothea was
I
there.
won't let myself stop here. Gotta keep aiming higher.
Holy.
Hey, a new power. All right.
What a fascinating power.
I'll surely put this to good use. A new power is now being mine.
I must make the most of this ability.
Faith.
Look at that.
Sleeping Stone. Wild Game. Almost at 10,000 already.
And you say I have 2 years to complete these preparations?
In cooperation with Count Hevring, of course. You and Hubert can finalize the details later. As I won't be choosing a prime minister for some time, I realize this may result in extra work for you. However, that also means more latitude to do things as you see fit, so long as you ensure we're prepared for a 5-year war.
I will not rest until I discover a solution, Your Highness. So long as our military leaders don't tread on my toes, I shouldn't have too much difficulty.
For something this big, you better believe we'll have plenty of need for resources. Leave it to a narrow-minded quill carrier like you to call that treading on your toes.
In Her Majesty's name, I will decide what is and isn't appropriate regarding your needs. Also, anyone would seem narrow-minded when compared to a swollen-headed juggernaut such as yourself.
A juggernaut, huh? Yeah, I like the sound of that.
I see someone allowed his sarcasm lessons to lapse.
Moving on. Lord Arundel's followers will doubtless attempt to interfere, so we'll need to keep a close eye on them. Once Count Varley joins us, we can discuss the matter I mentioned further.
It seems he's just arrived, Your Majesty.
Apologies for my tardiness. Gregoire von Barley at the court service. My, but attendance seems light. Where is the Lord Regent and the rest of our noble six?
Duke Ire stands accused of treason and has been dismissed as Prime Minister. He currently awaits judgment in one of our finer dungeons. Lord Arundel is a fugitive from the same crime and will be taken in soon. Dead or alive, it makes no difference.
Well, this is a rather shocking turn of events. I had no idea Ludwig was capable of such things. Still, rest assured that I am nothing like him.
Indeed.
If you say so.
And as for the others, Duke Gert was dispatched to Western Fodland to conduct negotiations. And my father, the late Marquis Vestra, perished in the struggle to capture Duke Ire. Which makes me the new Marquis Vestra, and Minister of the Imperial Household.
Ah. You've nothing to fear, Count Farley. Her Majesty intends to bestow a great honor upon you.
Majesty? Wait, you mean...
The title hasn't been formalized just yet, but as it stands, you should view it as a foregone conclusion. More importantly, Count Varley, there is a very important position I wish for you to fill. I intend to rebuild the Southern Church, and who better to be the bishop than you, our Minister of Religious Affairs? I will make my case to the Archbishop personally.
Thankfully, Lord Arundel and his men are no longer around to obstruct such a move.
You would bestow such a position on me? Make no mistake, it is a great honor, but are you certain?
What
Very.
problem do
Now,
you have?
Your first duty in the role will be to oversee my coronation. Do not fail me, Bishop.
She said that
I'm sorry to keep you waiting.
somewhat
Are
venomously.
you enjoying your stay at the palace?
More than I expected, though I do feel a bit out of place here.
Understandable. Everyone here either is a noble themselves or serves one. However, that will change. As Emperor, I plan to end discrimination based on social status. Everyone will have a chance to rise to the top, whether they are born into the aristocracy or not.
No more nobles or commoners, huh? That does sound pretty great. I'll be impressed if you can actually pull it off.
Oh, I will. But at the moment, I have a proposition for you.
Go on.
We've successfully expunged the Prime Minister and the rest of that puppet government. But a certain amount of unrest is unavoidable. Which means I must remain here in the capital. In other words, I can't go back to Garrick Mach and continue my studies.
What about the others?
Our noble families will be in disarray as we transition to my system and new heads of household take power.
So I'm gonna be alone?
Of course, some, like Dorothea, are not as affected as the other students.
Yes!
But all of them have offered to stay and help rather than return to the monastery without us. If you'd be willing to do the same, I'd like to offer you a top post in my new military.
Now there's a tantalizing offer. It's not like you have any real obligation to the church. Plus, it sounds like quite the thrill.
I'm more of a hired sword than an officer.
Which is why you're perfect. Hubert wants to recruit mercenaries such as yourself and form a new unit.
Cobra unit.
I can't put some noble in command of them. That would be ill-advised. But they would listen to a capable fighter such as you. You're Hubert's first and only choice.
I don't know if I really have the experience for it, but if you have that much faith in me, I won't let you down.
Having deposed Lord Arundel and Duke Ire, Edelgard quickly arranges for her coronation, her eyes now fixed firmly on the monumental task laid out before her. All the while, the kingdom of Fargus is thrown into unrest over the right of succession, while the Leicester Alliance finds themselves pitted against an invading Almiran horde. Realizing the troubles of Fodlan will fall squarely on her young student's shoulders, Archbishop Rhea closes the Officers' Academy and permits her charges to return home.
That's the end of the demo, I guess. This is beginning chapter 3.
Scarlet Blaze. The struggle commences.
I think the demo only goes up to chapter 4.
It is the end of 1181. 2 years have passed since the Officers' Academy closed its doors. Having ascended the throne of Adrestia, Edelgard has begun to enact sweeping change.
She's got a new look.
The Holy Kingdom of Fargus now calls Dimitri its king, while Claude reigns over the Leicester Alliance. All 3 house leaders have found their wings as rulers of a new generation. With the whole of Fodlan still reeling from these rapid changes, Edelgard decides the time has come to usher in a new era.
The Attitude
People
Era.
of Fodlan, the Empire will stand by no longer. Together, we rise against a church that has become steeped in deception and corruption. The church has used their doctrine to deny you power and reshape Fodlan as they see fit. They thrust upon you the illusion of nobility in order to oppress who they choose, and they helped create the Kingdom and Alliance as a pretext for war. Finally, they teased you with the promise of salvation from pain they themselves inflicted, and did so in the name of their own profit. Well, I say no more. The Empire has severed herself from their hypocrisy by restoring the Southern Church and nurturing her people's well-being. And today, we purge the world of their evil forever.
Yeah.
We will retake Garrigmach from the Central Church and stamp out any nobles who abet its depravity. By my title as Emperor Edelgard von Gresfeld of Adrestia, I hereby declare war against the false Church of Seros.
Yeah. That's my emperor, Edelgard.
The past 2 years have flown by in but the blink of an eye.
Literally for us,
And
yeah.
while they felt short, they were certainly eventful. The Empire has come far since we removed Arundel from power. We reformed the government, remedied our diplomatic troubles, and bolstered our military.
And most significantly, we gave strength to the Southern Church, creating the perfect wedge against the Church of Seros. A shame our bishop has become the target of relentless censure as a result, why the Central Church even targeted him for assassination. Poor Count Varley. It could not have happened to a finer man.
Poor dude.
And then there's the matter of Lord Arundel. What are he and his minions up to now?
Slithering in the shadows of Fodlan, much as they have done for centuries. It will not be easy to drag such adept skulkers into the light.
Perhaps not. Then for now, let's remain focused on the formidable adversary ahead.
Did you call us here, Edelgard? It's good to see so many familiar faces.
I did, and thank you for coming.
Boy,
This
Petra
may be
looks
the
different.
first time I've seen all of you in the same room since the Officers' Academy closed.
Likely, yes. We have all been rather busy marching down the separate paths life laid out for us.
Or most of us have, anyway. Others, such as myself, managed to eschew work in favor of a more leisurely existence.
Hey! I was working hard at staying in my room, but still.
Father's been dreadfully busy, so he's never home. Which has been pretty nice, actually.
I was returning home to Bridget.
I finished my task, and now I have been returned here.
Well enough. Now, as you know, the Empire will launch its attack on Garreg Mach in the coming days. Emperor Edelgard will lead the invasion personally, and wishes for those present to form the backbone of her army.
And as it has been some time since Adrestia had an army under the direct command of the Emperor, I fear we currently lack for officers. I trust each of you, and can think of no candidates better suited for the job. Will you do this for me?
No. Okay, fine.
So you've got other plans for my father's army, I take it? Well then count me in. I'm ready to go whenever.
I would have been happy with a life serving you here in the capital. But if war is coming, I want to see it through myself.
I'll go wherever you go, Your Majesty.
I'm always ready. Plus, it's good to know I haven't been training this hard for nothing.
I've high hopes for you, and trust you will prove the wisdom of my decision.
Just you wait. I'm gonna hurtle clean over those high hopes and show you what I can really do.
Be certain to save some of your hopes for me, because I most assuredly have what it takes to succeed. And with that...
I doubt it.
New Empire Army, move out!
Ferdinand, kindly leave the commanding and naming to me.
MVP. Oh, wow. So that's what they look like after 2 years, if you chose a female character instead of male.
That reminds me.
How tiresome.
Ooh. Oh. Well, I think I'll leave it there. Yep, we'll continue tomorrow. Hopefully this